August 24th. Obviously, today was the I guess the big day for Mullen as they did a launch event. Along with the launch event, they did the commercial launch media website or subpage, and then they updated their timeline. So the timeline, these are the new timelines they just added, which is the product launch, which is happening, the RS debut, um, and then the 1,000 UV commercial world by Randy Marion, and then 250 million. So that's kind of the timeline they updated it, and then they updated the EV lineup as well. The new is these two Mulango Heather Miss and the Go Teal. So um, obviously these are all been homologated in Europe, Germany, England, Spain, and few cities. But obviously you saw the four arrived the other or a few weeks ago, I think. I'm not sure if there's anything that they're planning in the U.S., but these got added to the launch website as well, so you guys can take a look. And then this is the close-up sign or pic. And then I did tweet about the delivery con um, a few weeks back or 2 weeks back, and I think there was one of the interview that Cal Financial Journey did, which kind of talks about some of the business that I talked about, but the those are mainly talking about the FedEx Amazon, but they're not actually FedEx Amazon as a company buying, right? These are the contractors buying. So the Randy Marion, who is attending the delivery con as well, and Brad, the BP of the fleet, who will be also speaker for that event. And these are target sectors they're targeting. And if you go look back in some of my tweet as well as you just simply Google LMs and Randy Marion, and you can find a lot of articles in LM stays that they've been working together to create that market. So they've been working pretty hard for the last couple of years, and they're waiting for the MULN One to go live, so they can sell into these type of accounts they've been working on the past couple of years from a Randy perspective. And this is the another kind of retweet, but this one, for example, back in 2020, FedEx fans was at the Mullen or the Randy Marion site, so we know they have connection with the FedEx. They're one of their customers, so they do those vans and uplifting and logos and all that stuff all day. But they actually did LMs and Randy did a lot of the FedEx contractor route events, which is like Amazon DSP, which Mullen has signed up with a deal with Delpac, which nowhere to be found at this point, or there's no updates. But that's what this FedEx and Amazon that Cal and everybody's talking about. So just to make clear that those are the independent contractors, not actually Amazon's companies buying. But who knows? They might be. But in the high level, they're focusing on the contractors. So that's what those are. And then just talk about the Amazon DSP business, right? They brought in 26 billion since their launch. So they're quite hefty part of the Amazon business that these contractors are delivering these delivery packages to Amazon customers, right? So huge amounts. So there's definitely needs. I think there was like 128,000 total vans that all the DSPs operated as a total. Just another retweet or repost back in the days the Elms worked. So there's a lot of Ziba now has moved on and gone to Go EV or Canoe. But just show you just the how Randy Marion was working with these guys, right? The Elms guys. So, and there's plenty of these type of customer bases they've been working on. And then obviously you know the Brandon. He was at the sites, so you've seen all the pics, and this is one of the pics. And obviously these are the pics that shared by David and him. There is John is the GM CCO, came from GM, and then some of the customers, right? So they don't really have the customer name here, but MGT and Randy Marion are the two companies that they've been buying, right? And they have issued POs on, and NRTC is that automation. So you saw if you saw the video, there's a automation unit, right? The robots that moving those Mullen threes, right? So those automation were done by NRTC. More picks from Brendan. More picks by Mullins. More picks by Brendan as well. And this guy is the Brad. He's the BP of the fleet for the Randy Marion. So this guy is the one that came out on the radio station interview that he is forecasting 37,000 vans. And that's where the Amazon, the FedEx, and other the contractors are coming from. Probably most likely the small vans, right? And then this is brand new, so they met up, talked. So good thing. And these are some of the picks on the line. Mullen one being worked on. So obviously it's being worked on. September's time frame. And there's my man Kobe. And then the fee gone up a little bit, climbing up to 60 some percent. I don't know. That thing, the Ortex was showing over 200% in average. So we'll see how that goes. There's article news, more pics, and what I wanted to show you is there's a little video clip that I put on the pictures. There's a lot of guys I told you about that came from LM's days, and in here there will be a guy named by Steven. So he used to be a LM's guy, so he held the same role, director of quality. He was also with GM for 12 years. So obviously, I'm not sure when they picked him up, but could be early on or sometime last year or this year. He hasn't updated his LinkedIn profile, so don't know. But obviously, he's the guy, was the showing the customer on the vans, and he had done it for Elmsday, so I'm sure he knows in and out of it. And then here's the CCO, John. He's the one that came from a GM with the 33 years at GM, selling different type of vehicles from commercial to consumer product line. And one of the things that he says is talks about the potential expansion. There's greater emphasis area that they initially Mullen had interested in. I don't think that is option anymore, since the Tunica has a plenty of land to expand on, right? So he talks about the expanding the business, and then hiring more folks, right? So I think one thing I forgot to tell you is they're ramping up, and then there's looking to hire about 60 more folks, I think, to drive the yearly or yearly production of 6,000 vehicles, right? So this is where the second shift they're looking to hire. And then Kenneth also for me this thing here, which is the job fair. So Mullen is having another job fair, and you just see they're looking to hire about 42 for production technician. So obviously these guys are or will be the second shift guys. So another uh, catalyst, or should say, the ramp up the production. So to get to that 6,000 they talked about. So obviously this is a good sign. They were wasting no time. August 31st. So they done interview. What was it? June time frame, and they already ramped it up and start working people. So I'm sure they're gonna be on it to get those higher, and then get ready to get that second shift going. So that's what I wanted to chat and talk about. So if there's any question, let me know. But otherwise, next week could be another week. Another news drop from David. So we'll see. Thanks.